And I love you, Jesus. I like the Chinese part. 看见你的双眼。看见你的双眼。Let's play a different. It's good to play RPG again. Yeah, man. Just relax. Just relax and play. Hey man, it was a busy day working, training. Breakdance competition is crazy.
妻子に会って
Yeah, it is a. Wait. Okay. Excuse me, I'm a little bit slow with this thing.
妻子に会って。
あんたに聞きたいことがある。
去りなさい。
そうはいかないよ。サイスさんがワルトゥーの協力者だってことはお見通しなんだからね。
去りなさい。
俺たちは急いでるんだ。さっさとリフトの管理人さんの暗示を解く言葉が何か教えやがれ。
まさかこの妻子まで操られているのか。
おそらくこの妻子は町の他の男たちとは別のきっかけで暗示をかけられている。
じゃあそれを探して妻子の暗示を解けばいいんだな。
いや、暗示を与えられている間のことは一切記憶に残らない。さっきの男もそうだったろう。妻子が正気に戻ればどんな言葉が町の男たちに暗示を与えるきっかけになったかわからなくなる。
それじゃあリフトを動かすことはできないってこと？
ちくしょう、これじゃ町の中を探し回った意味がないぜ。
答えは必ずあるんだ。探せば見つかるはずだ。きっと近くにある。
そうですよね。暗示をかけられた人は単純な会話しかできないわけですから。操られた祭司様が町の人たちの暗示を解く役目を担っているのなら、その答え。
ああ、きっとそうだ。この中を総ざらいだ。
初めて見る文字だ。
古代カレギア文字で操縦聖典と書いてあるわ。
読めるの？
大体はね。複雑な文章。しおり、我ら青き。
読んで出て。
おい、
気絶させただけだ。
妻子がヒルダの言葉に反応。
妻子はヒルダの邪魔をしようとした。おそらくヒルダが読ん。
さっきのおばさんは一言って言ってたわ。ということ。
管理人の。
その前に祭司様を手伝ったご家族の方に祭司様が何か言ってなかった。
分かった。暗示を解いた時に祭司が。
祭司
さっきも言ったが。 聖典の一節に暗示を解く言葉があるはずだ。問題は
操縦聖典をそのまま読ん
町の人に話を聞けば何かもう一度
Did you know that I call a friend of mine, I call him Judas. That's his name. Really, his first name is Judas. That's cool, right? Yeah.
んたたちは。
リフトで港に。
あ
や
あ、それじゃ。
動かしてお
あれ暗示が解けたみたいだよ。
きっとリフトの音が。
そっか。
おそらく
そうね。
よっしゃ。
今度ばかりはワルト。
あ
間に合ってくれクレア。
早く港へ行こう。女の子たちはまだそこにいるよ、きっと。
あ、兄貴。兄貴。
ティト
どこから来やがった。
ル、その人たちは
レディーたちの前で
ミリッツァ。
手を尽くしたつもりでした。もう少ししか我らのこんなしかしことは気を要するとのご仮面
だったら。兄貴、大丈夫か。
体。
貴様ら。
お願いをしただけで
何。
急を要するとの命を受けたとはいえ、それとも我らを倒して彼女たちを助けますか。お前ら。私は任務遂行。
戦い。
兄貴。
こんな奴らの言いなりになっては私も戦っ。
だけど
このま
ただ
分かっ。
おしゃべりはそろそろ終わりにし。ワルト。ミリッツァのフォルスで作り出された光の空間でどんな戦いをしようと外部に力の影響は及びません。
A friend of mine, his name is Walt.
これで心置きなく戦えますな隊長。
望むところ。
行くぞ。
ワルト、陛下はなぜヒーローの娘たち。どういうことだ。
で
こんなことしたって言ったはずだ。王の盾以外に私の居場所はないと。それともお前はハーフの居場所を見つけたとでも言うのか。それは。
引けワルトゥ。
お見事でした隊長。しかし任務は必ず遂行します。
ワルトゥ。
しばらく意識を失っていただきますよ。
頭が。
兄貴！
何事だ。随分と騒がしいでは。
ミルハウス。
あいつは
カレギア王国軍の将軍ミルハウス軍に入隊してすぐに頭角を現し、その手腕と人望を
バビログラードの動向が慌ただしい時。
恐れながら我ら。
そうだったな。だがここは引け。私の目の前。
しかし
どうしてもというのならば。
そこまで申されるならば。
以前は国のため。
そう、一刻もお前に互いに。
待て！みんなを。
皆さん、
姉貴、この人たち。
そうよ。それで山の上の聖殿に閉じ込められて。
そんな。
クレア？
知ってるんだな、姉貴。
でもどうしてあなたがその名前を。
こいつのベイグの恋。もとい友達なんだ。
そう。でもクレアさんは他の子たちと一緒に連れて行かれたわ。
クレアはいつここから連れて行かれたんですか。
ほんの 2,3 日前のことよ。
奴らはなぜあなたたちをさらったのか、何か話をしていませんでしたか。
いいえ、何も。ただ一つだけ気になることが。
気になること。
聖殿にいる時に外から聞こえてきたんです。もう時間がない、月が満ちるって。
月が満ちる。満月の日に何かが起こるというの？
ごめんなさい、そこまでは。確か次の満月はゴルドバの日の夜ですね。
ゴルドバの日にはお披露目の儀式があるんだよ。
やはり一連の王の盾の行動と儀式には関連があるようだな。
クレア、急ごう。
姉貴、悪いけど俺は一緒には帰れない。他の子たちを助けるまでは手放しで喜ぶ気にはなれないんだ。
ええ、分かってるわ。一緒に帰るなんて言ったら私に怒られるとこだったわよ。
兄貴、行ってきます。
気をつけるのよ。皆さんもお気をつけて。ティトレイをよろしくお願いします。
河口行きの船が出てるよ。
行こうぜバルカへ。クレアさんを助けに。
ティトレって本当にセレナさんに弱いよね。
まあやけに姉貴のことで突っかかってくるな。わかった、お前も兄弟が欲しいんだな。仕方がない、俺が兄貴になってやる。姉は兄
ミルハウスとはどうしてこの町にいたんだ？
しばらく前、
ティトレイさんって
ミリッツァって。
やれやれ、なんとかバルカに上陸できたな。
お披露目の儀式というのは
この機に乗じてよ。
警備が厳しい。
私も同感です。クレアさんたちの
友人。
ああ、
行こう。
ルカの町はこの
バルカに戻ってきたんだね。
ああ。
そこ
なんだいばあさん。
お主ではない。白金の髪を持ちしそこの青年じゃ。
俺か？
お主の後ろによからぬ影が見える。これからお主は心を裂かれるような出来事に襲われるかもしれぬ。
どういうことだよばあさん。
星の道、そのか。
おばあさん、
何だったの？
月のカードさ
影
考え許せよ。
ヒルダさん、占いは誰に教わったんですか？自分で覚えたの。
ねえ友人、
彼
よっしゃ行くぜ。
ないか。精進あるのみ。
一気に行くぞ。準備はいいな。
なんとかなりましたね。
ああ、よくやったな。
It's kind of sick, you know. It's kind of sick. Is he a dog? Huh.
カレギア城はバルカの市街地に。
Because I also listen to a lot of
ちゃっちゃと聞こうよ。生命の恵みを大事に。
楽にしてやる。
まだまだ僕の本気じゃないよ。
viewers here. You get a damage woman, you know. That's really bad.
来たか。
怪我はないか。
Even my mom told me, you know, never date a Western woman.
すげえ。
キトレ
おう。
俺も初めてだ。
確かにここは年中霧がかかっている。
友人や僕は
ああ。
何を
この町は
バルカは初めてだったな。
あいつら
あれが
ええ
少しでき
ど
わか枯れ木 クレア。
よく来てくれましたね。あなたの
クレアです。スールズの生まれです。
そう。そのあななんですって。
すみません。昔クラよでだ言った女王様、
私に常に
もし黙りな。
あなた姫ともうありなし誰
レイク。
クレア。
やつ
だがよく
待て。
ん？
絶対。一体どこから陛下のお足元を怪我した不届き者を逃がすな。手分けして探せ。
知って
先生。
友人、あのガジュマとは知り合いなのか？
あのガジュマ しいんです。
一気に行くぞ。
みんなに生命の恵みを与える。みんなに力をこんなもんかな。ベイグさん、お疲れですね。
戦
あの
おっと見つかっちまっ
待てよっつぁ。
友人。
ヨッツァって枯れ木。
おお、この国枯れ木屋一の情報や。
友人。
以前こいつが城に。
いや、おいらにとっては命の恩人さ。
王の盾もお前の情報には何度か
それに
いろいろ
情報屋なら
多いよ。旦那には世話になっ。
王の盾が
おお、知ってるとも。
クレアという。
クレア。ああ、
クレア。クレ
そ
しか
なんああ、わかった。こいつジベールさんのとこ。
あい
じゃ
雑貨屋の向かいか。
ジベールという
キリン
ジベールさんに
なんだかこの街
ジベールさんに会いに行こう。ジベールさんに会いに行こう。ジベールさんは
わしがジベールだが、何の
霧の奥にある。ああ、
何のためにそれも元。
今王国で何
頼む。
まあそう
どうする。
わしな待て。このままお前さんたちが
じいさん黙っ
そういう
なんだ
よしなよティト
世の中を
ベイグ。
俺は行く。マオも敵の能力者を探知する上で必要だ。出発だ。
ティトレイ、おとなしく待ってるかな。
さあな。
Later, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to quit team and do some another thing, bitch. Stand up. Wait.
Rush me and get us out of here, bro. So like I'm debating, guys. Like there's so many things going on. Like you guys don't see all the distractions. As I'm there, I'm debating him, looking out at the crowd while also make sure there's nothing crazy going on. But also at the same time, they're constantly in my ear saying, "Oh, we gotta shut it down. We gotta shut it down." So like, and then people are heckling and shit. There was so many distractions there, guys. So that's what kind of sucked. I don't give a shit about the heckling or whatever. What really pissed me off was the staff constantly coming up saying we got to shut it down. That's what pissed me off and annoyed me and distracted me the most.
Like, I feel like with a mother and like a girlfriend, like
someone in chat said this nigga looks like he cries a lot. Facts. This dude does look like he cries a lot, bro.
I feel like you can't really say they deserve less or have to earn it. I don't think women have to earn anything. I feel like
I don't think women have to earn anything, bruh. This is our next generation of men, chat.
Just be given to them, huh? Yeah, like
because a lot of guys think this way.
We don't really have to we don't owe them anything. Like they're brought into this world for a reason. Like our job is to protect them. Like, we don't really have to Okay, so you think just simping on them up front is fine? No, simping is not like that's not a thing you have to do to get a woman's attention. Like okay,
this nigga, he literally just said they don't have to earn anything. What the fuck is that?
Okay, put it in this perspective. Like the last girl you talked to.
Because you said they don't have to earn anything, right?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So what is that? That doesn't equate to simping.
All right, so if they
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. I literally defined simping earlier. It is the unreciprocated attention and resource giving to a woman that is not basically giving you back the same thing in a functional equivalent, right? Obviously, if you're giving her time, attention, resources, shit like that, women isn't going to equate that by her giving you her time or attention and resources. She's going to give you her time and attention, of course. But the point is that it's unreciprocated validation or attention. You're doing all this shit for her, she's not giving back. And that's what most guys deal with when they deal with women. They deal with this asymmetrical relationship dynamic with women where they're investing significantly more into this relationship than she is. Okay? And smart guys are aware of this, idiots are not. As a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. The way to identify a simp, quite literally, is by how aware you are of this dynamic. Again, a simp defined is a man who gives unreciprocated attention, validation, time, energy, resources, whatever, to a woman that isn't giving something back that's a functional equivalent. Okay? Now, what makes you a simp versus not a simp is a guy that is a simp isn't aware of this dynamic. A guy that is has his shit together and has game, like to answer the brother's question before, he understands how to match what she's giving. So, for example, he brings her on a date, right? He goes low investment, maybe a coffee date. She's not interesting, she's not cool, he doesn't like her, whatever, but he decides, you know what, let me take this girl to a nice dinner. Despite the fact that she hasn't earned it, she hasn't proven herself, she hasn't done anything not good for you, you're gonna take her to a nice dinner. A smart guy would go on that date, coffee date, low investment, be like, okay, this girl isn't really interesting and I don't like her. Okay? And then he's got two decisions. A, he just tries to quickly sleep with her and kick her to the side of the road. Or B, he just cuts it off. But the point is that he's able to quickly identify that this girl is not reciprocating and is useless, and he makes a game time decision right there and then. A simp is not able to do this. The simp will continue pouring time and attention because they think, okay, female attraction is based on equity. Okay? So guys, pay attention. This is shit that your father will never teach you, your fucking brother's never gonna teach you. This is some life-saving shit. Simps think female attraction is based on equity. So in other words, the more I put in, the more I should get out. No, it's not how it works. It's the opposite of that. You have to give less a lot of the times to get more from them. Okay? Because they will take whatever you give them. And it's your job to identify when you need to cut that off. They're not going to tell you, hey, you know what, stop sipping on me. I don't really like you like that. No, they're going to continue to take the free dinners. They're going to continue to take free trips. They're going to continue to take your time. They're going to continue to take your attention. They're going to continue to be they're going to continue to make you their emotional tampon where they complain to you about Chad. So it's your job to be able to identify this shit quickly. Quickly. Okay? This is quite literally what differentiates a simp from a pimp. The pimps understand this dynamic on an intimate level. The simps don't. Pimps understand equity with women means nothing. Simps don't understand this concept. Guys, there is no such thing as equity with women. Oh, I did all this shit for her. What the fuck? I'll give you guys a perfect example right now. As you guys know, Jack Doherty, right? Famous YouTuber, TikToker, etc., right? He broke up with his girl, Michaela. And she brought the cops to his house to take her stuff out, right? Broke up with him randomly. And throughout the interaction where she goes in to take her stuff and the cops are there, he's saying, what the fuck? After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me? You know, I've put you on, got you a bunch of money, took care of you, like blew up all your social media, right? But what Jack doesn't understand, and a lot of young men don't understand this, is there's no such thing as building equity with women, okay? It's all about their feelings. They're not gonna sit there and say, damn, he really did take care of me when I was down. Damn, he really did protect me from this guy that tried to burglarize the house. Damn, he really did do X, Y, Z. There's no equity, okay? Women don't have the same sense of loyalty that men do. and righteousness. They don't. Okay? They just don't. This is why, another uncomfortable reality, they're able to monkey branch to another individual, to another guy so easily. You guys ever wondered why women are able to get over a relationship so quickly? How they're able to just monkey branch to the next guy, not even give it a thought? Meanwhile, the guy's heart is broken and they just are cold-blooded? You guys ever wonder why? I'll tell you why. It's a biological imperative, my friends. Okay, it's called Briffel's Law. Basically, once the man stops providing value to her, she's going to end the relationship. Okay? The formation of the relationship and the existence of the relationship is basically based on the female's needs and if they're still being met. If they're not, the relationship more than likely will end. Because like I've told you guys before, women are professional and biological resource extractors. If they're no longer able to extract from you, the time is ticking and they will leave.
True.
And this is a very uncomfortable reality that we don't teach young men. This guy doesn't know this. He doesn't understand this concept. He's going to learn soon, though. All right? Guys a lot of times got to get their fucking burned or stuck in a cookie jar for them to understand this concept. But there is no equity with women. Men, it's different, right? Like guys do have more of a sense of loyalty, right? This is why women almost never hold long-term friendships. You guys notice that shit? You guys notice that? Here, I'll show you guys what Briffel's Law is, because some of you guys might have never heard of this concept. Right here. Briffel's Law, also known as Briffel's Law of the animal family, states that in animal societies, the female, not the male, determines the conditions of family life. This means that if the female doesn't see a benefit associating with the male, will occur. Okay? One more time, repeat after me, stupid fucks. This applies. Burn this into your brain, guys. Briffel's Law, also known as Briffel's Law of the animal family, states that in animal societies, the female, not the male, determines the conditions of family life. This means that if the female doesn't see a benefit in associating with the male, no such association will occur. In essence, the female's needs and preferences dictate the social structure and relationships within a species. Okay? You guys got to burn this shit into your brain. Okay? This law right here is going to keep you from simping. This law right here is going to aware you on how women really move. Okay? So when they break up with you and you're sitting there crying, wondering why are they so cold-blooded? Why does she not give me another chance? What the fuck? I've done everything? Kind of like Jack was before. He doesn't understand Briffel's Law. He just doesn't. Now going back to the whole female loyalty thing and friend thing. This is why women typically don't have long-term friendships. Have you guys noticed that? You guys ever noticed that? That like girls go through friends like fucking underwear? Right? Guys, you see your old buddy? It's like nothing ever changed. You guys are watching fucking Dragon Ball Z. You guys are playing basketball. You guys are doing all the same shit that you guys did in your childhood. Not much changes, right? With men. We're able to maintain long-term friendships a lot of the times, right? Not every time, but a good amount of us have contact with some of our childhood friends. Women don't have this, though. A lot of them are unable to maintain relationships with friends over a period of time. And it comes to this Briffel's Law thing, actually. Because they don't just exercise Briffel's Law with men, they also exercise it on other females. Okay? And since women are keenly aware of this reality, okay, they end relationships with these girls. How many times have you guys heard? Girl meets some friends, the friends use her. Oh, they only hang out with me because I got connections at the club and we go to the club. Or they only talk to me when they want something. Or we only do anything in this situational social circle, right? Or I have more guy friends because I don't like girls. They're really snaky and catty, right? You guys have heard this probably hundreds, if not thousands of times. And it comes back to this Briffel's Law. Since women are keenly aware of how other women behave and how they extract resources, it rubs a lot of them the wrong way, and they don't want to be an idiot like a man and be put in the friend zone, so to speak, where they're giving all this value, not getting anything in return. The difference between men and women is women are smart enough to spot this and quickly cut that friendship off. Versus men, since they think with their dicks and they want to get laid, they don't cut the friendship off. And they continue to allow the woman to siphon value from them. But other women don't let this happen. This is why they never fucking keep friendships a lot of the times. I gave you guys a story last time, but I want to give this story one more time. We got 7,000 plus you guys in here. So let me tell you guys a story because it's very important so you guys understand. Let's go down memory lane. There's this girl I know, right? And she has a friend from her old hometown out of somewhere up north, Michigan, some shit like that. And periodically, this girl comes and visits her down here in Miami. And when she comes and visits her down here in Miami, they party, they go out, they do dinners, they do all this shit, right? She shows her around the city, they hang out. And the girlfriend always comes and stays at her house, so she doesn't have to pay really for, you know, housing, food, none of that shit. It's all kind of covered to a degree, right? And one time it happens, no big deal. 2 times, 3 times, whatever. So one day, or on one of these trips, girl comes down and stays with her. The girl that I know. We'll call her Jane. Okay? Jane. So the friend from up north, who we'll call Finesser. So the Finesser comes down and hangs out with Jane. Stays there for a few days, etc. They go out to eat, they go to clubs, boats, whatever. And what ends up happening is Jane has to cover a couple of her dinners, right? Oh, sorry, I don't have money. Can you cover this, blah, blah. So one lunch turns into a dinner, turns into a breakfast, then paying for another dinner, etc. Right? Then things come to a head when she goes out to party, to meet up with a guy, and leaves Jane kind of at the apartment and takes her fob. So she takes the fob to get into the building and goes out with this fucking guy, kind of ignores her friend, leaves Jane there. The Finesser leaves Jane there. And Jane is pissed. So I like a day or two later, some shit like that, I was talking to her about something else. And then she brought up this story. You know, I bring this girl down. I show her a good time. You know, I take her out to go get food. There was a bunch of times where she didn't have money and I covered it. Right? Like I'm out like $300. She didn't pay me back. She promised she would pay me back. She didn't. I set her up. She stayed at my house for free. She took my fob. All this shit, right? And as she's telling me this story, right? Because we're on the phone, right? As she's telling me this story, I'm smiling. I'm literally smirking, chat. Right? And I was like, you know, just in my head, like, okay. And I'm just like listening, right? So I let her vent for a little bit. And I go, sucks, doesn't it? She's like, yeah, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, congratulations. Now you feel what it's like to be a fucking man.
Come on, we're all kind of
triple C over there, triple champ.
Yeah,
come on,
we're all kind of in a similar position right now.
Yeah,
we've been there, we've done that. We bought the damn
0-3.
T-shirt.
I'm grateful for the 0-3. Dude.
Yes, sir.
The phone. Easily 5 to 10 seconds. Awkward. I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas. Yeah. 1/10 of what guys deal with every fucking day with women. And bro, it was literally mind blown. Mind blown. Mind blown. And she goes into like almost like a fit of rage. She's like, what? If I was a guy, I would never date these fucking bitches. Fuck. And she likes, you know, says some choice words. If she was a guy. She's like, how the fuck do you guys deal with this? And I said, this is what it is. This is what it is when men deal with women. We deal with women from the extent where they are there to extract from us. You got 1/10 of it. That's not even that bad what you're dealing with. Imagine being out thousands of dollars. Imagine out being out hours of time, days of time, months of time.
Wait. This is important. Pokemon.
With your cleavage on a bed. This is what a 16-year-old girl commenting about your age because you're 28 and posting thirst traps. Like, This is why, like, you're 28 years old saying Angie with your cleavage on a bed. This is what a 16-year-old girl does on Snapchat to her streaks. You're 28. People are weird if they're like, this is not what a 30-year-old woman should be doing. Angie, what the fuck is?
Yeah, I got a house in North. Yeah, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a house in North Miami too.
Oh, she balling.
Yeah, I'm big baller.
Okay, that's
yeah,
good.
Golden Gates.
All right, get me a sandwich, Maria.
Excuse me? Don't do that. Romeo and Juliet, nigga.
You ain't Juliet, my friend.
Yeah, the fuck I am. Don't talk to me like
You
that.
look like Julio.
My dad's name is Julio. Don't fucking talk to me.
Get me a sandwich, Maria.
Years of time. You're just pissed off over $100 or $200 and a fob. Meanwhile, dudes are out here losing millions and emotional damage. And she couldn't fucking believe it, chat. She couldn't believe it. And I think, like, in this rare instance, when I pointed out to her, this is what men deal with, and she was able to finally attribute the pain that she was feeling at that moment, right? Because you guys know women run the world through how they feel. Once I pointed to her, this feeling is what men endure all the fucking time. It was probably the first time in her life that she was able to empathize with a man. I famously say on this podcast all the time, women lack empathy. And when I say they lack empathy, don't conflate that with lacking sympathy. They can absolutely feel sorry for you as a man, but they will never understand your struggle as a man. They'll never be actually empathetic, because when women deal with other women, it's very difficult for them to deal with them from the perspective that men do, from this extraction standpoint. Okay? But when they do get a taste of it, they cut that bitch off immediately. But they never stay in it and endure it long enough like we do to truly understand it. So once I personified it to her and showed her, this is how it's actually manifested in the feeling that you're feeling, this fit of rage, this fit of feeling used, this fit of feeling like an object, right? Like a fucking ATM. This is how men are treated by women all the fucking time. And she couldn't fucking believe it, chat. She couldn't believe it. So why do I tell you guys this story? I tell you guys this story so that you understand, number one, simping is dangerous. Number two, women will use you as long as you let them. And then number three, they don't give a fuck. They do it to each other. You don't think they're going to do it to you too and go for as long as they can? See, at least with other women, they're smart enough to identify it and leave immediately, like she did. She cut that bitch off. They're not friends no more. But men are stupid. They'll sit there and stay friends with a bitch like that, thinking they're going to get laid. That's one of the biggest differences between men and women. If a woman gets put in a simp position like this, they wake up pretty quick and say, fuck that bitch, and they cut their losses. Men, on the other hand, you dumbass niggas try to build more equity, thinking that you're going to be able to get a return on your investment, not knowing that you're dumping your money into something that's a bottomless pit that will never get you what you're looking for. Or, worse yet, by the time you're able to actually go out and she does give you the pussy, she's 40 years old, no longer hot. Waste of time. She decides to entertain you when her value is plummeted. You put thousands of dollars into a stock that's now worth $50, and you're trying to collect your $50 when you've lost thousands in the process. That is what it's like to be in the fucking friend zone with women. And also, this displays how women will not tolerate their own fuckery when it's put on them, which is very eye-opening. And that's why I tell you guys this fucking story. To teach you guys, number one, don't be a simp. Number two, women don't know what we go through. And then number three, when they do get a taste of it, they leave immediately because they're smart enough to know the extractionary persona that a lot of women exude. Yo, we're cooking tonight, chat. We really are cooking. You guys are getting like a masterclass in female nature. You guys are absolutely getting a masterclass in female nature. Nobody's going to break this shit down to this level, guys. Because the thing also is that, look, I like Dr. David Buss. I like Jordan Peterson. I like a lot of these guys, right? But the problem with a lot of these academics when it comes to female nature is they're going to talk to you guys from an academic perspective and like a clinical perspective, but they're not going to give you guys the actual practicality of how it works in the modern day world. They're just not. They're just not. They're going to say shit like women are attracted to men at the top of the hierarchy, right? They'll say something like that. But then what I'll tell you is women want a motherfucker that got some clout and has other women that want him. When he walks into the club with 10 girls, he's going to instantly be attractive. So, Peterson, Buss, Chris Williamson, these guys, these like, you know, more academic type dudes, they'll tell you what it is from a clinical perspective, but they're not going to be able to manifest that for you guys in real-time application. That's my job. My job is to give you guys the academic perspective, but then spin it back and show you guys how it's actually applied. And this is critical. So when people like Joe Rogan talk about the manosphere negatively, or Chris Williamson has some other retard bashing the red pill, but he won't bring me or Rolo on because I don't know what the fuck, because he brings all these other people on that just constantly bash us. The reality is that guys like me and him are able to blend the academic with the practical for today, and then bam, how you marry the two. Because having the academic background, but not understanding how it's used from a contemporaneous perspective, is useless. It's like you have 50% of the pie and you don't have the other 50% here to merge it together. Right? Like you need the fucking, you guys play Legend of Zelda back in the day? You need the Triforce, motherfucker. Okay? You need the academic perspective alongside the practical perspective and then the application perspective. You need all three together. That's how you get the fucking Triforce of understanding these hoes. They're only giving you one side. They're only giving you one side, bro. You know, we can't fight Ganondorf with just one of the fucking triangles. What the fuck does this look like? You guys need the contemporaneous application of this shit. Anyway.
You don't have to earn anything. Like, they just get your validation, attention, and time, and resources.
It depends.
Just off
Okay,
that.
but hear me out.
Oh, now it depends.
So, no, it doesn't depend on that. It depends on, like, they don't owe you anything to, like, okay, put it in perspective.
Shit, time's flying. It's already 8 o'clock. We're already at, Tim Pool's on. I didn't even realize. Which, by the way, guys, I'll be on Tim Pool next week. Next week. I think I'm going to be there on the 30th. April 30th. We're taking over, chat. We're taking over. So yeah.
Perspective. Let's say you were a girl, you were a guy, whatever. Do you think, like, I'm attractive, like, right now? Like, looking at me.
Pause, nigga. What the fuck?
What do you think?
I mean, you can ask the ladies here. I don't know what they,
No, I'm
they
asking
want
you. I'm asking you because you put yourself in a predicament where you were dating the last girl. So do you think I'm attractive?
Most women will probably not find this guy attractive. But again, you know what I'm saying? You know, most women, this is like a very average looking dude. Pause. You know, if I had to bet or guess, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think, you know, most women wouldn't give this guy a second look.
Well, that's kind of, I don't like men, man. So
All
I'm the wrong
right,
person
so
to ask.
a couple of the things you said like men have to be. You said men have to be strong. You said men have to have a bunch of money before they get married, before they do all that stuff.
Well, they have to have things in place to be attractive to the majority of
all
women.
right, so
These guys always mischaracterize my position, man.
Say, like, I can do a little bit better. Like, you know, I can become a more attractive. But I have a beautiful girlfriend who, like, loves me a lot. She's right over there. But, like, she doesn't like. What
How long you guys been together?
For me?
How long you guys been together?
What, since 20? Yeah. Why does that matter?
Well, I think that's
Of course, the Shanique was in the back. Why does that matter? Bitch, it does matter. Shut up.
Oh wow, look at this.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to see proof of concept. Like, how long you guys been together?
2023.
Okay, so for like 2 years, you guys met here in college?
Yeah. Well, we're freshmen. We've been since high school.
Okay, great.
So, like, what did she have to really earn from me? Because, you know, I'm like, in my book, I'm not a whole lot of attractive. I don't got 100K in the bank, but, like, I still hold a beautiful woman, and she's holding me down. She does she does a lot for me. So, like,
bro, the naivety is crazy here, bro.
What does she really have to earn?
She's the breadwinner in your situation?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that she doesn't owe me anything.
Okay, so here's the thing, man. You guys are young, but as you age, right, and I'm giving you like some real life like stuff here. As you age, what's going to happen is she's going to put a greater necessity on security. And if you don't rise up to that occasion, become the protector, the provider, and everything else like that, there's going to be a high likelihood that the relationship will end. So
that's my job as much as
it's great that you guys met and are like high school sweethearts and stuff, but there definitely is a brand of performance, and as you guys age, her standards are going to lean more towards security.
And I'm going to step up for that.
Perfect, then you're good. So there's no real, that's
All
fine.
right,
as long as you adhere to your duties, then you're good. So.
All right, have a good day.
All right, man. Okay, who's up next?
See, and then they shut it down. I was supposed to talk to these Shaniquas, bro, and the niggas just cut it down because they're so fucking scared, man. I was about to cook on that one. Yeah, nigga doesn't get it that once he loses a job, he's cooked. What happened? Oh, we gotta wrap up. What's that? All right. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be live. I guess. What? Yeah. So people were bitching so much that they shut it down early, like 3 hours early. Chat. Zeb Boykin, I owe you much more than this. Keep speaking the truth, brother. I appreciate that. By the way, guys, with Zeb Boykin, check this out, guys. Go show him a little bit of love here. I did an interview with him. Right here on his channel. He's a new YouTuber. He got 665 subscribers. Let's try to help him get his first 1,000. He was there helping out when I was out there. He was watching my back, actually. Making sure nobody tries to run on stage or do no bullshit like that. So show him some love, guys. Who's like kind of pseudo cameraman / security. Helped me out as I was doing what I was doing. So I'm going to drop his this link right here for this video. We did a short interview. It was late at night. It was like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. But I had to sit down with him. I told him last time, he was also helping at Penn State University as well. He asked a great question on JFK so that we could talk about, you know, them boys and shit. So show him some love, guys. I'm dropping his link right now in the chat, all the chats. Give this video a like. You know, put it in your thing. Subscribe to his channel like I'm doing right now. Let's help him get 1,000. He was watching my back during this fucking situation with these crazy liberals. So if anyone tried to run on stage, you would fucking tackle him. And he also was helping out at Penn State. And he'll probably be out for a lot of these Uncensored America events in the back helping me out. So, so shout out to him. Zeb Boykin is the name of the YouTube channel. Let's help him get 1,000, guys. Let's run this thing up for the views. Let's show some love from the OSS Army. And yeah, show him some support, man. I'll play a little bit of the interview for you guys here. And then we're going to get into the next topic, which is, let's see here. What's the next one? Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe. Oh, yeah, this is going to be crazy. We got an action-packed show for y'all today, man. Oh, hold on. Tab is muted, my bad, chat. We'll also see what the fuck Hassan got to say. Nigga always bitching about some shit.
There's grass. I know we got a little asphalt under us right now, but we do have grass here.
We're close enough.
It is late, man.
Yeah, it is. It's 1:30 in the morning.
I appreciate you for doing this, first of all.
Hey, man, hey, it's about grinding and getting things done. And thank you for watching my back when we had all those crazy liberals that put a...
Always take care of the people that take care of you, chat. Show them that love back. You know what I mean? Always do right by the people that do right by you. You know, this is an up-and-coming YouTuber, so show them some love.
Apparently a bag of bugs behind us? I don't know what the hell that was, but yeah.
They come up with everything. I don't know why they would throw away their food like that, though.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
But yeah, we've had an eventful day here at USC.
Yeah.
A lot of claims made out there. One was 99% of women have been raped.
Apparently, I guess there's like some rape epidemic.
Oh yeah, when she said that she was like an immigrant or whatever, he was the one that yelled, "Send her back," and I said, "Yeah, send her back to Retardistan." Gave that alley-oop for the joke. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome, punch.
Didn't know about like what's going on here, man. Like, you know, it's just like this crazy.
And we just like set up like impromptu. Like we went in a parking lot. Literally, the lighting came from cars. Right, we just put the mics on and just chatted up for a bit.
The, you know, feminist propaganda that they use to eternally make themselves victims. That's just kind of what it is. I mean, you know, there's some crazy stat out there like, oh, 1 in 5 women is a victim of sexual assault on college campuses. And I'm like, if that were true, no one would send their daughter to college. And, you know, the woman was too low IQ to even have this conversation with. But that study that they pull, because I did a whole episode on this, on like how rape culture is a myth.
And actually, let me help you guys find this, because this is actually a very important episode. Type in Fresh and Fit.
We have Myron Gaines here, Touch Grass. I know we got...
Literally go, Fresh and Fit, rape culture. Where is it, man? Damn, did they pull... Hold on. Okay, we'll go. Let me just go here. Try... No. All right, so if we go to the channel, it might be RP Wednesdays. Did we miss that playlist? Try. It was an episode that we did with Rollo Tomasi. It's a couple of years ago.
Well, they did a lot.
We've done a lot of episodes with Rollo, man. Hold on, let me find this. Now I gotta find it for you guys. Where the hell did it go? We're going down memory lane right here, man. Holy! Do we not have it up here anymore? What the fuck? Okay, now I gotta like look at. Let me try. Okay, let me try myth. What the hell? Isn't that on this channel anymore? Bruh. All right. I will find it for you guys. It's probably on Rumble. Might be on Rumble. What the hell? Okay.
And basically what they did was it was self-polled, and they asked, like, if you had said, oh, you drank or consumed alcohol prior to the sexual engagement, they would consider that as sexual assault, but only from the female side. So, like, the way they collect these stats is very deceptive and, you know, just not genuine. So what ends up happening is...
It's probably on Rumble. It's probably on Rumble, chat.
There's this overrepresentation, and people think, oh my God, like, everyone's getting raped out here.
So, in that episode, one of the things that they allude to all the time is the 1 in 5 stat, where 1 in 5 women on a college campus is going to be the victim of a sexual assault. But what they don't tell you is that data came from poll data, where even if the respondents said that both of them drank, they count it as a sexual assault. So basically, they're padding the numbers, chat. Padding the numbers. Because to say 1 in 5 women is going to be a victim of a sexual assault on a college campus is absolutely insane. Ludicrous. Right? But it's because the way they collected the data, you know, was very disingenuous at best.